So here's the video on how to full cabs. You guys are gonna watch it now, you're gonna check it out, and you're gonna learn it. It's gonna be insane, it's gonna be sick. So let's get to it right now. We're gonna learn how to full cab right here, right now. I'm just gonna say it. This is probably, I feel like, the hardest trick to explain. Prerequisites to know how to do this trick, I would say you should probably know how to fakie. So if you don't know how to fakie, watch my other video on how to fakie. Make sure you watch part 2 on how to hop out of the fakie, because hopping out of the fakie is pretty much the most important part that you need to know how to do the full cab, because there's going to be a lot of pivoting on your back tire and hopping out. Another thing that I say might help is if you kind of know how to manual. You don't have to learn how to manual really well, but if you don't know how to manual, I also have a video on how to manual. So make sure you check that video if you want to learn how to manual. You don't have to know how to manual like really well. You don't have to do mile-long manuals to be able to do the full cab, but I think it helps to kind of know the balance point of the bike to where you're not going to fall off the back, or kind of know where the balance point is. So same goes for fakies. You can learn it off of a wall or whatever you want to do. This is like glass. I wouldn't suggest learning it off of something like this, but I'll be really gentle, so hopefully it won't break. That'd be a funny video if it broke. So same thing as the fakie. We're gonna roll up slowly, go backwards, and then pretty much everything you know about trying to hop out of the fakie is gonna be magnified, except for the fact that you're not gonna lean back forward. You're gonna keep your weight back. Pretty much you're gonna keep your weight back, and you're gonna keep your head turned for longer. So pretty much both those movements are just gonna be kind of magnified, and you're gonna try harder in both those areas, and you're gonna do them for longer. One thing that I found is if you know how to manual 180, you probably could definitely full cab, because full cabs are almost practically manual 180s, except for you're using your backwards momentum to help you spin the bike, rather than in a manual, you have to make your own momentum to spin the bike. So manual 180s are probably harder than full cabs, but if you know how to manual 180, I bet you know how to full cab. So I'm gonna do a couple full cabs, and I'm gonna put them in slow motion. I should probably be talking slow motion as well so I can speak correctly, so you guys can really see exactly how to do the full cab. So I'm going to do a couple of those right now. Hopefully my scarf doesn't get in the way. Don't wear scarves while you ride, it's really annoying, but I'm freezing, so I'm going to wear it. Speed is your friend with full cabs. The more speed you have, the more momentum you have. So the faster you're rolling backwards, the easier it is to do the full cab. So if you're using a wall, make sure you push off the wall, like especially hard, or if you're doing a 180 into it, make sure you have a good amount of speed, because if you're going kind of slow, it's pretty much just going to be a manual 180, and it's going to be harder because you're not going to have any momentum to actually do the trick. So make sure you have a good amount of speed rolling backwards, which is why you should definitely know how to fakie pretty well if you're going to do this. You know, I'm trying to slow it down for you guys a little bit so you can really see what's going on, so that way I can slow it down. You can really, see the movements. I'm trying to exaggerate the movements a little bit, but the thing is when I do full cabs, I almost kind of do them as manual 180s, so I kind of stay a little bit longer in the actual manual portion of it before I hop out of it. But it's going to be easier if you spend the least amount of time in that position, because then it's going to be less of a manual 180 and more of a full cab, and more you can use the momentum of your backward speed. A lot of this trick is going to be a lot about kind of flicking your bars at the right time, having your feet in the right position, decide, make sure you know what forward foot you are, and make sure you know how to fakie and how to hop out of the fakie, because you're definitely going to need to know that how to do this trick. So pretty much everything's exaggerated versus hopping out of a fakie normally and doing the full cab. So if you're just hopping out of the fakie normally, you're going like this, and then make sure you kind of turn their bars the opposite way to get that rolling momentum in the direction you want to go, and then make sure you turn your head and flip the bars and put pressure on your front foot to get out of it. But the difference when you're doing the full cab is you're keeping your weight back, instead of once you get back, just kind of going like that. You want to keep your weight back over the back tire to keep your weight like this, so that the bike keeps going around, and then once you're here, you kind of suck up the back end to finish off the turn. So a lot of it you can kind of be pivoting on your back tire while you're doing a lot of the spin, but at the end of it you're going to have to hop a little bit. So I would say you should probably also kind of know how to 180 if you're going to learn how to do full cabs. Now full cabs, while I am making a how-to video on how to do a full cab, for me full cabs almost just kind of came to me, you know, just from riding and just kind of knowing tricks I want to do. It was just a trick that I just kind of tried once I knew how to do fakies and knew how to 180 or even 360s. If you know how to 360, that's definitely going to be even easier. It'll just kind of come to you, you know, the idea of the whole full cab. When it comes to full cabs, like the whole idea of doing them, it's like really hard to wrap your head around how to do them. And I'm even having a hard time explaining how to do the trick. But hopefully, you know, the slow motion clips will help you, and my explanation of, you know, how to do it will also help. So once you know, just to kind of go over everything I've said, the most important parts are to make sure that your forward foot is in the right place. Make sure you keep pressure on your forward foot. Make sure you keep your weight back. And also make sure that you have a good amount of speed rolling backwards to actually get the momentum to spin further than if you were to be just hopping out of a fakie. Then you can learn how to hop out of the fakies. Then you can start doing full cabs. After full cabs come 540 cabs. After 540 cabs come 720 cabs, 1080 cabs, 1440 cabs, whatever you want to do. I don't know if people have done 1440s on flat ground. I don't know if that exists yet, but you guys have, you know, maybe one of you can make it possible sometime soon. 1440 flat ground, let's do this. I'm not going to do it because I can't 1440 flat ground. So let's see if I can just get a quick 540 cab here first try. If it's a tire type, if it's not perfect, please don't blame me. I'm wearing like a million layers. It's like freezing my hands. I can't feel my hands. And it's pretty windy. But that's enough excuses. Let's do it now. I was going for a tail whip and a helicopter whip there. Sorry about that. Oh my god, I can't see. It's like right here.
Just take it off for that one.
Alright, maybe you're right. I'll take it off for a second. God damn, I suck. You get the idea. I like can't move in this jacket. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments what videos, how-tos, anything you want to see on the channel. Let me know. Subscribe to my channel if you want all the updates of whenever I upload. Have an awesome day. Peace out.